Welcome to At the Table,
where we are connecting entrepreneurs, discovering missions, and building communities with purpose, body, soul, mind, and business with
Charlie
and Heather.
with Women in Leadership.
Welcome back to the table. I'm Charlie.
And I'm Heather, and together we are working to connect women in leadership. And we are so blessed today to have a guest in studio.
Yes, back in studio, aka my home. We have the amazing and wonderful coach, Valerie Peck from Create a New You. She is a new friend of ours, so I'm really excited to get to know her and her business. It's just been amazing to be able to connect together, and it's yeah. So Valerie, why don't you take a couple of minutes and introduce yourself and your business to the listeners?
Well, my name is Valerie Peck, and I am a retired nurse. I spent 40 plus years in the healthcare industry, helping people. But it became time to move on. But there was still this deep burning in my heart that I still needed to help people. So I found coaching, and it became my purpose work. It's my new life work. And like anybody, there's been pain points in my life. I have lived life pain, and I know that coaching works because I have been healed through coaching. So I have tools, but I also know in my heart that I am able to help people achieve what I achieved through the coaching process as I was educated through that. So my coaching business is based in science, neuropsychology, quantum physics. I talk a lot about positivity and energy. And sometimes when you say the word energy, people go, oh, that's woo-woo stuff. Well, I'm here to tell you that now we know we can put people in scanners, and we can measure the frequency of their thoughts and their emotions. So energy is real. Einstein thought it and believed it. Nikola Tesla, quantum physics. This is the science of now. Energy is real, and it impacts how we live our lives. And so learning how to get rid of negative and limiting thoughts and emotions, replace those with new thoughts and emotions and behaviors is all about what coaching is. But the caveat about coaching is I'm not a counselor, I'm not a physician, I'm not a psychologist, I don't prescribe medicines. I can work in conjunction with those professionals once they've signed a release to allow me to join the care team. But
I would think, especially you with your experience working with the care team, that's
right.
Huge. That's really cool, actually, to be able to work with a care team.
And I can share with the care team the strategies and things I am suggesting for the client, and they can say, I really think that would help the client. Maybe you can come up with something else. You can bounce information off the care team, and I can speak their language so they can understand that I actually understand what they're doing. And so there's the collaboration there. Really works.
That's awesome.
So I know that you have an extensive background in the medical field, and you've worked in the medical field for a very, very long time, and how that kind of plays a role in what it is you do now.
I have watched people and have been with people at some of the worst times of their lives. I have been there for some great times. I've worked in labor and delivery where babies get born, and I've seen the miracle of life. I've also seen the miracle of life when we've resuscitated people and brought them back. And so I've met people at a lot of their pain points in their healthcare journey. And sometimes Western medicine is not fully integrated with the whole mind, body, spirit connection. But the reality is that there are several facets, 3 big facets of our life. They're all interconnected. And if you don't treat all of those, then people don't heal. They get part way, but they don't get it all. They don't get the true benefit of that. And so I can bring in now lots of different facets of education to the process of helping people achieve their goals, gain a better sense of self, get renewed, renew their mind, renew their body, renew their spirit.
Woo! You see why we liked her, you guys?
Right.
I mean, when we started, we were focused on body, mind, soul, and business. Because as a woman, we bring all of us into the workplace or into our businesses. And we've all had to make pivots and change and grow. Like, how do we show up better when we're completely stressed out? So that's why that's so important that you find that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all in seeing that our local women in business and our faraway women in business, we're all struggling post pandemic life about just managing the household and keeping their business going at the same time.
And a lot of women have that's when they had to pivot, right?
All right. Now that I got that light situation fixed, scoot in. Okay.
Hot love, girls. Hot love.
We love what you're doing with people in the community, and the coaching is a really big deal right now because people want to figure out their stuff. It's no longer that's just the way it is, a status quo.
I love that.
It's all about choice.
Yeah.
You have a choice to stay exactly where you are in this moment, or you can choose to renew, expand, grow. You have a choice about how you respond to emotional events, cognitive events, about how thoughts, how you everything that comes at you. You have a choice on how you respond. In one of the coaching classes that I was in, they said responsibility is response ability. You have an ability to respond. And so it's your responsibility for how you conduct yourself. We all get a lot of programming in our life. And a lot of our programming comes at a very, very young age, often from our parents. And the people that are integral to our developmental life, that's 0 to 7 years. And this is in no way to bash our parents, because here's the deal. They were doing the absolute best that they could do with what they knew at that time. But sometimes as individuals, as a child growing up, you can internalize a message that was not meant. And I'll just give you an example of my own life. My mother was a nurse. She wanted the very best for me. She told me I could do anything I wanted to do, and I believed her. But every time I brought in a project or said something, it was like, you got to do better. You got to do better. You can do better. You can do better. You can do better. And it was like, what I heard was, you're not good enough.
Mhm.
That is not what my mother was telling me. My mother wanted only the very best for me. But I heard, you're not good enough. So I grew up believing I'm not good enough.
And so many of us have heard those exact same words come from our parents.
Yeah. Yeah.
And feel the exact same way. So one of the things we often tell our listeners is that you are enough. You are already enough
Already enough.
right now, today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But learning to rework the thought in our head,
Mhm.
you know, the little voice in our head sometimes is there for good reason, and sometimes it says lots of negative stuff to us. You know, the thought that says you're not good enough, learning the tool to be able to tell that voice, no, not today. I am good enough. That takes practice. And
Yeah.
coaching can help you learn the tools to reset behaviors, reset emotions, reset the little brain, the little voice in your head that says a negative thing and turn it into a positive thing.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's the power of coaching.
That is the power of coaching.
But I don't do that. The client does that. I'm just like the guide. I show them how to get up the mountain. I show them the path, but they're the one that takes the steps.
Mhm.
And you don't just climb a mountain in 2 or 3 steps. It takes a lot of steps to get to the top. It takes commitment and work and focus. It takes intention. You create a goal and then you focus on that goal.
Mhm.
There's the training involved. Like you have to
Absolutely. So
go for the daily walks. So practicing carrying your backpack. You gotta practice packing your food. You gotta practice.
exactly. So all the tools that coaches give comes with a caveat is the client makes them work. The client has to practice it. The client has to integrate it, get it, practice it, and then they get the results. Then when they get to the top of the mountain, when they get to the top of the skill set, they're like, now I got it. So now when the little voice in my head says you're not enough, and I go, not today. Not today. Doesn't serve me.
This week too.
Doesn't serve.
That's so awesome.
Not today.
That's you.
So did we touch a little bit yet on what coaching is and what it isn't?
So yeah, just to recap, coaching is not therapy. Coaching is not psychotherapy. It's not medical therapy. It's not counseling. Coaching is guidance.
Mhm.
Coaching is presenting tools that you either accept or reject, because this is a free will universe. I present strategies and tools, and the client says yes or no, and I teach them how to implement them.
Mhm.
I help hold them accountable. I help them design achievable goals. So coaching is kind of the steps to improve, expand, renew themselves. Coaching gives you tools to do that.
So if you were to try to go on a personal growth journey by yourself, you've got a map, which might be a book, and you might have a compass, maybe, and it might
You
be
have
broken.
this kind of broken one that you were born with, right?
Yeah. But taking a coach that's taking a guide who already has been on that path themselves and can show you the way, right?
Ooh, isn't it so much better to go on a tour with somebody that's already done the tour?
Yeah.
And so any coaching class that's worth its salt will tell you within the first couple minutes of the first class. The first part of this program is you're going to work on your stuff and you are going to heal. And then we're going to work on strategies and teach you how to coach.
Awesome.
So
you have been on
you got to go fix all of your stuff.
She graduated without working on you, huh?
And so when I say I have lived the pain points and I have healed, I have. And I've tried coaching on personally. I was coached by my peers.
You have healed.
I have healed.
That's like not just like, oh, Charlie and Heather are kind of, working through their stuff and we're on the growth journey. No, you have healed. That's so amazing.
You're already there.
Yeah.
And you're worthy of it. Each of
Yeah.
us are worthy of doing this for ourselves.
So much. You are so worthy. If you are so worthy, you are so enough. You are so loved. And, one of the things that I tell people in the coaching process is learn to speak to yourself like you would your best friend, because you are.
Aww.
Would you tell your best friend that they are loved, that you love them, that they're good enough, that they're strong, that they've already beat this thing? They just gotta get it. Yeah. I had to learn to talk to myself that way. I spent 40 years plus taking care of everybody else except myself. And when we got to the lesson about self-care, I had to step off camera and email the coach and say, what does that mean? Because I had no concept of self-care. I couldn't participate in the discussion because I didn't even understand the concept of self-care.
And I could see that, like, because it's that culture of
It's
giving,
all about,
and it's about everyone else, and it's about
absolutely,
showing up for them. And you're working 12 hours. Okay, now it's 16, and we got you, and you're here, and it's
and now
always
you go
go
home
and
and you
go.
got a family, and it's about them. And yeah, people, especially women, and that's one of the groups that I really just like to serve, is I have tools for all clients at all levels. But I really focus on just helping women just find their best. And when I speak with women, it's like, you have been given to everybody else for so long. What are you doing for you? What are you doing for self-care? And we start by adding a couple of things to a list, and we just keep expanding that list. And pretty soon, when they get the concept of, I can do all this for me, and it's really cool, it's like, yeah, I don't have to ask them to add anything else to the list. They start adding all their own cool stuff, and it's just like, okay, you got that one. Let's move on to something else. Okay.
Okay.
We got that feed.
You got that one.
I think it's awkward when you haven't been taking care of yourself and then you start to, and it can feel weird because it's changed. So it can be like, how is that good for me? But then as you do it and you practice it, you start to reap the benefits of it for yourself. Like, you're not as quick to anger, like these things happen, like, oh, I handled that situation so well, I was able to respond instead of react. What?
Responding
So,
instead of reacting?
that's so awesome.
Yeah. I tell people, integrate 1% a day.
1%
Anybody can do 1%.
1%.
A day. Over the course of the year, compounding interest, you get some really big benefits. If you just commit to the understanding, like, yes, I can do 1%. And tomorrow you're going to do 1%. And tomorrow you're going to do 1%. And the day after that, you're going to do 1%. 1% is manageable. When you set goals, they have to be manageable for you. I can't go out and climb Mount Rainier tomorrow. There's no way that I can do that.
It's gonna
It'll
take
be a
training
little
and
cold
practice.
too.
I actually have taken care of clients who actually can summit Rainier in a day, up and down. I also have taken care of them in the emergency room after they've done that, and it wasn't quite turned out as good as they thought it was. But, there are some amazing, amazing athletes and incredible people out there. But it doesn't have to be up and down Rainier in a day. It can just be 1%, because 1% is totally achievable. Totally achievable.
Yes.
Boom.
Boom.
I'm just gonna drop her right there. You guys, it has been a fabulous visit with Valerie today. We're so blessed to have her in our corner and just glean from her knowledge of being a coach and being through it. Because we are still on that path, right? When we shared with you guys that we are still on that path, and we're always learning and growing and changing and doing new things. And I love the heart of this woman and how much she has to give, you guys. I can't wait to share more of her with you in the future. So thank you. So
Thank
much
you,
for joining
ladies.
us
Beautiful
today.
souls from my heart. Love you lots.
Stay tuned for more from our cause of the quarter.
Coming up next.
And thank you for joining us today.
Namaste.
And now networking. We help these young women transition from high school into college. And ours is a unique program because we are helping them each year of college till they get that bachelor's degree or go into their chosen career. And so that mentorship goes on through college and actually after college, because what we have is we have 2 phases in our program. And that first one is getting them through high school to college to their career. And once they're in their career, they're a now member forever with a free membership. And we have mentors in place, business coaches that help them to learn the essential skills to run an effective business. And so the mentoring goes on, the relationship goes on, and I'm sure that they will eventually also be mentors to the new kids coming into our program.
We take the mystery and pain out of social media consistency for your business, giving you back time to shine in your zone of genius. Social media is the new branding. It deserves its own attention, thought, and effort. Yet so few businesses actually take this seriously and invest enough time on their strategy. We can do it for you at an affordable rate that will fit into your budget and allow you to pursue other revenue channels as well. The hardest part of social media management is keeping up the consistency to be seen and know what to post, when to post. Are you ready to have everything ready to go for you, saving you time and energy by not having to do it all yourself? Still getting your message out so that people get to know you, like you, and develop trust while opening yourself up to more time for the business of your business where you shine. Working with Women in Leadership, BSMB LLP, is a unique experience that bridges the gap from face-to-face to virtual relationship marketing. Not only do we love to help you shine on social media, we love to share tools to help you grow with us, body, soul, mind, and business. Check out our podcast and YouTube channel for Mindset Mondays, Social Media Training Wednesdays, business interviews and special topics on Fridays, and weekly readings on Sundays. To schedule your consultation or podcast interview, head to our website, www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get our weekly readings on Sunday, our podcast, Mindset Monday, social media training with Heather on Wednesdays with a live Q&A, and guest interviews and special topics on Fridays. Thank you for joining us. Find out more and schedule with us online at www.womeninleadershipbsmb.com, where you have a spot at the table. Thank you for joining in on the fun. Be sure to like and subscribe for more.